welcome in. And this is the ego problem in Marvel Rivals. I'll get straight into it. First off, let me just say this. I think the core of this problem mostly comes from big content creators and streamers and along those likes. I bet a large majority of you have watched a big streamer, whether it be Flats, Boger, Necros, Jay, any of those. Or if you haven't watched them, you've definitely heard of them if you played the game Marvel Rivals. Not only have all of them, most of them might I add, have been in some controversies as of late and as of recently. As of in the past in this game, before in other games, recently in this game, lots of controversies, big names, you get my point. And I think most of the ego from the communities stems from them. Now you might ask, why is that? And I'll answer. Most of the things big content creators talk about, their fans, their followers, their subscribers all take a piece of it or all of it and have that as their new opinion. I'll give one example. Support is brain dead and easy. All you do is heal, you're a heal bot. Support takes no skill, it's brain dead, brainless, and super easy. You've seen many big content creators spout that, and now a big chunk of the whole player base now believes that. And you watching this might even think the exact same thing. The supports are brain dead and easy and etc. Even though that isn't true. Every role in the game, and I won't say which role takes most skill, second most skill, third most skill, I've said that in other videos. I'm not gonna give my opinion on that, but every single role in the entire game takes skill. Not everything is brain dead in one role. Each role, you need to maximize at least one aspect. In my opinion, Vanguard is positioning, DPS is aim, and support is cooldown usage, especially the ult. If you're very good at that one thing, you'll translate well into that role. Now, each role does take part in those three things, but those specific ones I listed for each role, I believe impact it more than anyone else. Now, why do I say that? It's because it's now popular opinion, and even if you lose the game as a support, well, you're just skillless. You can't even play the easiest role, right? Really? You can't play the brain dead role, and that has stemmed a lot of ego, especially from the DPS side of the community. That's why a giant phrase has been made called GG no heals. It's been said so much it actually got turned into a meme. And a lot of people justify their thinking of like, okay, I agree with this big content creator solely because they're a big content creator, so they know a lot, because the content creator is a higher rank, let's say Eternity one above all type. And so they're like, well, they're very high rank and they're a higher rank than the vast majority of the player base. That means they probably know the most in the game. That means they're probably right and know more than everyone else below them. So why listen to everyone else when they know everything? Let's look at their tier list and say, yep, that's how the game is. Let's listen to their opinions. Yep, that's how the game goes. They gave their opinion on Marvel Rivals. That's how the game should be. And you have all these people like followers, like sheep, doing everything they're told, repeating everything that's said, and disagreeing with everything that's responded. And that isn't any way to further a community. And you can see where this leads. Several controversies have came up because big content creators do not watch what they say. Flats, let's use him as the first example. He had a video where him and SK, I believe it was those two, not anyone else, they published a video, or at least Flats' editor did, and it was a game where their own team, along with Flats and SK, I believe, banned one of their teammates for playing Ultron when Ultron was a few days after he got released. Now, they didn't know at the time, but Ultron was going to be meta in that flying meta season. But they target banned their own teammate, so that target banned teammate banned one of their other teammates. I mean, that's a fair assessment right there. Okay, you banned my character, I banned one of our characters. Fair is fair. Then SK and Flats continuously mocked, bullied, and harassed him for 3 full rounds, even though I believe they did win. And when the guy stopped responding, they still went after him. Still bullied, still harassed. There's videos out there of reactions you can look up. It was a horrible experience for that person, for that random that got target banned and now harassed and bullied. Now here's where the ego comes in. All of the comments were against Flats and SK for this. They were wrong. They called that random a hero for exposing them. And then the editor saw this, was like, okay, I'm taking it down. The editor took it down. Flats made it public again for everyone to see. He got even more backlash, so either the editor or Flats privated it again. I know a lot of people don't know that because he wants to hide it. Next, Necros, probably the most popular drama in Marvel Rivals. The support strike, calling a whole player base brain dead, has no good takes, stupid, among many other things. People say, oh, he was just crashing out during that one clip. He still said it various and multiple times in different ways, different tones after that, repeating the same exact sentiment. And his supporters, his followers, did the exact same thing. They spread like a wildfire in the community, yelling at all supports, causing chaos, making it a horrible experience to even play support, especially in ranked. If you even did slightly bad, you underperformed for one game. And there's still ripples and consequences today. People still believe that sentiment. If he didn't say that, I fully believe the Rivals community right now would be way better off than it were to be right now. And he continuously does that. And then later on, he played Bronze 3 to Celestial 3 as the support. He beats Bronze and Silver dives and says, see, dives aren't strong, and on and on and on, until he got to Celestial after over 60 hours of streaming, with around a 54% win rate in GM and Celestial. Not to mention his newest drama, which I did cover in a video, which isn't very prevalent in the ego type form. But the overarching idea, the overarching point I'm trying to make is, big content creators do not understand the power they have, the egos they have. Not everybody can stream 12 hours a day, have editors make several videos to edit and publish every single day, and have the whole process automated while they sit down in a chair and play video games, making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not everyone has the time to play 1,000 hours every full season. Not everyone has the time to play thousands of games, thousands of hours every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year, just to have a win rate that gets you to a high rank in a video game. So they earn all this money, have the whole process automated, stream all day, sit in a chair, play video games, get paid doing that while streaming, and they give their takes about what's difficult and what should be, and how what is shouldn't be, what could be isn't. And you have people who are in very low ranks taking all of they say as a gospel. Well, big streamer, high rank, pro gamer said this, so it must be right, which isn't the case in various and most situations, which people don't like to acknowledge. Like, okay, my biggest content creator, my favorite content creator said this, so that means they must be right. That means my opinions are justified. That means I'm overall right, and that's proven everyone wrong. Meanwhile, if you look at the stats, they say a completely different story. But people don't want to realize that. People don't want to see that because it hurts their own opinions and hurts their own ego. There's even people who aren't big content creators who develop this ego. I know there's several people who have been in top 500 for 1 millisecond say, I'm a top 500 player. That means I know better than you. Trust me, I know that firsthand experience. There's people in Eternity who I personally know have a below 50% win rate for several seasons in a row, but make it to High Celestial 1 in Eternity. And they think they are better than a lot of people, which may be true. They may be better than GMs, diamonds, platinums, golds, bronzes, and silver, but they're not nearly as good as they are. They are not nearly as good as they think. And even people who don't play the game or in a very low rank develop this giant ego and almost god complex, saying, oh, I know more than you on this, so that means you're wrong, even though they don't know more, and even though they're wrong. Not even debatably wrong, but overall wrong. You could show them stats, you could correct them, but they'll still say, nuh-uh, look, I'm just gonna repeat myself and now I'm right, see? And there's just many such cases as this. These days in Marvel Rivals, you could show a fact in front of a person, and if they disagree with it, that means it's not a fact. If you have an opinion which they don't agree with, they'll call you low rank. They'll call you bronze. They'll say you have bronze opinions, bronze take, plastic 3 rank. I personally had a comment in one of my videos that said, I believe is under why Marvel Rivals can never be fixed. And that person pretty much said, bronze take, L take, you're probably in bronze. And I said, no, I'm actually in Celestial 1. And then somehow he brought up the role I play, which is support, mostly. And he says, well, you're support main, you're still bronze. I told him, my most played character in the season so far is Tank. And he never responded. So his first response to hearing an opinion he didn't like was to call me bronze. And then once I defended myself and actually said my own rank, then he went after my role. Instead of going after my opinion and debating that, he decides to go through non-factors. Oh, you're not bronze? That means the role you play must be brain dead and easy. Because that way, that means you're boosted. There's no other way you should be up there. You're just so boosted because you're support. Which if that's the case, I want you guys, if you're Eternity top 500 lobby, which let's say these hate commenters are all top 500 Eternity, I want them not to have any Eternity top 500 supports on their team. I want them to grab bronze players, because if all of them are brain dead and easy and anyone can play them, okay, play with bronze supports instead of Eternity top 500. Let me know the difference, and you'll definitely see a difference. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Have you seen these egos? I know you have. And like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.